So to attach single-ended dreads like this, I have a little loop in the dread. There it goes. I had to focus. And then I take my little latch hook hair thingy, and then watch, tilt your head like that way. Thank you. Get a small section of hair like so. Okay, you get your small section of hair and you split it into two like this. Then you get your hair, your dread I mean, on the latch hook like that. And you pull one of your two sides through the loop like so. Then see, it's on there just kind of chilling. Then you cross it like you would a braid. I'm sorry if I pull any little hairs. And then you continue down, like make sure it's tight at the base. You want it to stay tight like that. And then just start braiding. Braiding down. Get that wild hair that's in there. I'm making static in your hair, sorry. And then you just braid it down. The dread, basically the dread becomes your third braid section, like if it was a braid. Then you do this. Get a little side hair stuck in there. Okay. You take a rubber band. I'm gonna have to take these gloves off because it's just gonna frizz up your hair as I'm working. And then attach the hair with this rubber band.
Oh, it's melted. Oh no, you're pulling it. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not. It won't melt the hair.
Okay. It's just burning it.
Nah. Then you attach it with the rubber band like this. I use two just in case at one point, you know, rubber bands, maybe they'll break, you never know. So I'll put two bands on there to secure it. Then I'll show you how to cover said braid. That way you can't tell that your real hair is a part of this. And I'll show you how to do that momentarily. I like to put the rubber band on the ends of the hair where the little braid tail is. That way it kind of secures those guys down too a little better. Is that me?
No, it's my phone over here.
Alright. Then take a little section of your braiding hair, just like, that's probably too thick, so about half of that, like this much hair. Then you take your little latch hook guy again, and you go underneath the base of the first, of where you first started. If you see it through there, get your hair and pull this through like that. And you can either pull it all the way through to have like, I don't know, I just pull it through like a loop like this. Pull it through like so. Kind of like how you would do like a knot type, you know, hook and pull through thing. Then take a comb and back comb this little section here. Just like how you do when you make the dreads. And I'll make a video separate on how to actually make the dreads. But you just back comb the whole thing. Kind of a loose back comb. It doesn't have to be as stiff as the dread when you do the back combing. There. You just want it like a little fuzz ball like that. Then you take your little fuzz ball. Let me get some of this hair wet so it stays out of my what I'm working on. Sorry. All right. Then you just wrap your little fuzz ball around the part where your braid just went through to cover the braid. That way you can't tell that there's a braid there, because this part will cover it and it will look just like the dread. So make sure you get all the little braid parts covered. Sorry. Don't need to block your walkway. See, I'm just covering the braid up. And as I'm going down, I take part of it and just kind of like tie it through itself. That way it just kind of secures it on even better. Like you just do a little pull through knot halfway through. cooperate. And I just got my tail stuck, so let me get some scissors. If your tail does get stuck, just snip it. And then continue on wrapping around that braid so the braid doesn't exist anymore. You might want to move your phone because water will drip. You'll get, I'm about to drip some water here. Then you take a wet rag. I've got it in water over here.
I don't have any, really.
It's in your,
No.
Okay, this is the important part. You take, let me turn this just a little. Alright, take your wet rag, drape it over the dread, and be careful because you don't want to burn the head because you can burn it. And don't have your hand above where the thing is either, you'll burn your hand. So, you just heat the dread through the rag, like that. For a couple seconds, I don't know, maybe like 10 seconds or so. I like to go down the whole dread just to retighten it like a little better. And got a little loose end, so do it one more time. And now you have a dread that you can't see the braid. And it's on. Just like that.
Hey, Billy. Put the phone down. Put the phone down, Billy.
no down.
I'll do another one to show you. And then that's how you do it.
You know, my hair is really, really staticky.
The gloves are gonna get way worse too.
And I don't know what to do about it. With it being short, it's worse.
I'm gonna save the ones with lighter colors for in the front. That way they match your hair that's in the front there. Oh wait, that is kind of, no, it's like upper butt, so let me see. Where are the ones we got here? Where'd they go? I lost them. Oh, they're right here. Okay, there's the good one. Alright, so remember we get the two. I actually prepare this one first, putting it in there. Alright, this is ready to go on the latch hook. So you get your two little braid legs, I call them. And then you pull one of your braid legs through your dread. Then, oops, sorry if I pull your hair. Do you have like a sensitive head?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because it gets hair pulley sometimes. You want to make sure it's super tight and start braiding it down the length of the dread. If any of them hurt, like if I have a wild tiny hair stuck and it's hurting, let me know and I'll figure out what is hurting it. 'Cause sometimes those little hairs will get caught and kind of pinch weird or pull weird, you know. Okay, so just braid on like that, then put a couple rubber bands in. Kind of as you're putting your rubber band on, just hold on to the other section where the braid is with your other hand. That way it doesn't get loose as you're twirling your rubber band. I find that helps a little bit to keep it secure. Oops, sorry. Hairs are being pulled.
I don't know how to work my phone. I can't work my phone. I'm retarded.
Okay, braid is secure. Now we're going to put the hair, the braid cover in here. I'm going to make this one a little bit thicker this time. So, about that much braiding hair. And you want to use real 100% Kanekalon, like don't use the heat safe hair fiber, like the jumbo braiding hair. Don't use the jumbo braiding hair. It will not melt the same way with the flat iron that the Kanekalon hair does. And make sure like the package or whatever hair you use says 100% Kanekalon, or it's not. It just won't work. I mean, sometimes hair that says it's hot water set hair, sometimes that'll work, but I found that the Kanekalon hair is like the best to use. Jumbo braid is just nonsense to use for this purpose because it just won't stay. It'll be fluffy and it will never like fuse together because it's, you know, like it's made to have heat on it, so it doesn't melt the same way. It doesn't really melt, but it like fuses together. So I guess melt is the wrong word. And then just back comb like before. Just kind of fuzz up this guy. And the better you back comb, like the more you back comb it, the better it's going to want to stay, especially when you're making the dreads. But I'll explain that in another silly video. Okay. So you just about like this. That's good enough. Then you wrap it. And I like to do a couple wraps around the base of the dread. That way it just kind of, you know, put some more sturdy feeling base on there. Then cover your braid with this little fluffy thing. Sorry, my terminology isn't very professional, but I'm not a professional. So, alright, then I kind of like to do that little knot thing halfway through, just to make sure it's not going to come unwound at any point. See, just like that. Because you don't want, you'd be walking down the street and your dread falls off. That would be horrible. So then continue wrapping. And I have a little gem diamond thing here, so I just skip over that guy and then continue down the dread. Just like that. And hold it tight. Get your wet rag. Like so. And put it over your dread. And heat it up. Then be careful of the base of the head. You don't want to burn them, and don't put your hand above the rag and the flat iron because you will burn your hand. Steam is super hot. It's a little loose right here. I don't want to burn her, so I'm just going to not use the rag on this part and give it a quick, you know, just to make sure it stays a little better. Same with right here. You just gotta be quick when you do that. This flat iron I use is like, it's a wet to set flat iron. It's funny because you gave me another one just like this. I was all, I use that kind of already. Like, see, this is my old raggedy one. The one you gave me, I'm gonna save when this one dies. They're the best ones to use for that because like they're designed to be wet. You know, it's pretty handy.
I know Zone's always bring those home.
I love them. It's hard to find ones that like I don't kill by doing this. Because I've had some completely melt to the plates on it by doing this, because it gets so freaking hot, but this kind of hasn't yet so far. And then I like to go down the whole dread just to tighten things up a little better. Can't really see. Wait. There we go. This one's pretty long, so. Just make it nice and tight all the length, the way through, like so. And then
This fucking chair's hurting me.
I like to put on little pretties, sometimes at the base, just to jazz it up a little. These guys, just little things to make it pretty. And then it looks like, look up a little bit. It looks like, wait, where are we? That, see, you can't even tell there's a braid under there. And it's on pretty secure. And that's all I'm gonna record for. I thought it wasn't recording for a second. I was like, mother fluff.
Fuck that. Stupid shit, huh?
Okay.
Is it good?